What's going on, everyone? My name is Excluded Sky, and I am here today with Big
Hey,
Ducks.
hey.
And we are doing another creepypasta. This one is called Lost Episodes, the Black Friday
I just sworn
Incident.
Skype froze because you took that pause. I was like, Skype? Dang it! I could have sworn.
Nah, this guy didn't freeze. It was just me trying to think of what I was gonna say. It takes a second for me to process what I'm gonna
Lost
say in these
episodes,
videos.
Black Friday incidents, some more day gamers. You're welcome.
It takes a minute for me to process what I'm going to say in the video. And I don't know why I keep wanting to look up at the web camera because I'm not recording with that web camera, I'm recording with this.
I do that myself every once in a while, but my YouTube videos, I just have the same basic intro. Easy as shite. Name of the song, yeah. Hey guys, Pig Ducks here, and today I'm gonna be doing the cover of whatever. Like 3 days later, you're copyrighted.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. But on our channel, actually, we've had that video up of you singing When I'm 64 up for about a week now.
Yeah, because I posted it about
And
a
guess
week
what?
ago.
And guess what? It still hasn't gotten copyright
Well,
stricken. And yeah, that's amazing. And you posted that whenever
That's because, full screen. Thank you, full screen.
Actually, no, that was still uncopyrighted whenever.
Yeah, what do you know?
We didn't even have full screen as a.
I guess they didn't just count that as copyright then, because certain songs, only certain ones did they copyright on my
I
channel.
guess not.
I mean, they copyrighted Radioactive, they copyrighted Over the Rainbow, they copyrighted, what's that? What's that one song? I think it was The Carpenters. Got both my socks on the edge of my hamper.
Alright, but ready to start the video when you are.
Alright. You ready?
Yep, ready when you are.
2, 1. I wonder what game he's playing, like, around, like, through the radio this time. Come on.
No, no.
Come on, Socks, get in there.
Hello
Get
guys
it
and
out.
gals, me Mutahar, and welcome back.
Of course, it's
Of
Toy
course.
Story.
He's actually playing a Toy Story
What
game.
is the last episode?
Toy Story 3 for the
Well,
PlayStation 2. They have
that's
that?
Squidward
Wow.
Suicide, or the Amazing World
I'm
of
sorry, I
Gumball.
thought
Typically an
graphics
episode
were better for
or a
this.
TV show or piece of media that has lost footage that has been.
It usually
uncovered.
is, like, on the
This
360.
It's lost
Black
footage?
Friday incident,
Oh.
focusing on Toy Story from Disney.
I want to find it.
So
Where is
sit
it?
back, relax, and enjoy the Black Friday incident. The early stages of production on the film Toy Story were a complete nightmare. The production was in a sort of development hell until the infamous Black Friday incident. Disney harassed the then-new animation studio Pixar constantly. They were to produce and release the film, and they wanted results as quickly as possible. Disney tried everything to eliminate Pixar's efforts to deviate from the Disney formula, even at times threatening to shut the
That's not
production
good.
down. Disney sent notes on revisions that they thought would improve the film. They insisted that their notes, which all read, "Edge, the film needs more edge." The people working on the film at the time struggled so hard to maintain all of Disney's notes and demands. Once a week, they were required to fly across the country to the Disney offices to present them with
I don't know why it needs more edge, but
Every
okay.
time they were met with the same response: Edge. The film needs
What is
more
Edge anyway?
Pixar revised the film so hard
Don't
to
know.
meet deadlines that it resulted in some rather interesting changes in order to achieve Edge. The film became
It's
quite a
Edge,
lot
though!
darker. Woody became a wildly unlikable character, much more angry and far less comedic than in the final film. Bo Peep's role in the story was far more prevalent, often flirtatious towards the male characters, and is the first to accuse Woody of pushing Buzz out the window. Buzz Lightyear was referred to at this point in production as Lunar Larry.
Who?
He is highly reminiscent of an older superhero, talking in a
Princess
deeper
Luna?
voice
Who?
and is even more deluded and ignorant of his surroundings. The other toys were relatively unchanged, save for minor aesthetic differences. Pixar employees worked literally 24/7 nonstop.
God.
Director John Lasseter
Goodness.
joked on more than one
Talk
occasion
about
that he had
labor.
the best parking space in the office because his car hadn't moved for over 3 days. Some of the writers and storyboard artists began to suffer from
3
chronic insomnia.
days?
A few writers reported seeing visions of Buzz and Woody taunting them on their lack of progress,
no.
chanting, "Edge. The film needs more edge." Many of the initial writers quit due to the stress it was putting on their personal lives, much to the distress of the remaining crew. By November of 1992, there were only about 2 of the 5 writers left, and one of the 3 storyboard artists.
What you typing?
I'm
The
gonna look up
remaining
what
storyboard
Edge
artist was
means
named
in
Ross
this
Dawson.
case.
He joined the Pixar team in the winter of 1987, working on short films such as Tin Toy and Knick-Knack. He at the same time did some storyboard work for The Nightmare Before Christmas with fellow artist Joe Ranft. Joe came down with a serious illness and hadn't been to work in a week. Roth worked constantly in fear of the inevitable correction by Disney. You know, the more edge, more edge. Each presentation meant another row of sleepless nights of rewriting and redrawing the same characters in the same bedroom over and over and over. It was maddening. One morning, John Lasseter, Andrew Stanton, and other higher-ups at Pixar came into the office and then told everyone what happened at their last meeting. Disney felt that things were not looking very good for the film and demanded that in less than a week they see the complete film and story
won't come up with anything.
Storyboards with audio.
He came up with the edge of tomorrow. Revisions. What? No!
There was a general groan and whining from the crew, but they went back to working. Roth worked harder than all others involved. Sometimes at 2 o'clock in the morning, one of the writers would walk into Roth's office with a packet of newly written scenes, more to draw, and with more drawings meant more scratch voice work. When a film is still in the writing storyboard stages, artists will do temporary voice work for the story reels. But moving on, he had Disney's vague instructions racing through his mind. More edge, edgier, more. We want results, people. Edgier. This is a business. Faster.
God, okay, move on, okay.
He thought to himself. This
scared me.
The film needed an edge. It needed to be darker, more cynical. It needed more adult humor in situations. It needed an attitude, of course. Roth, you goddamn retard. How couldn't you see it sooner? Edge. All of those hundreds of hours bent over a desk and all you needed was some fucking edge. Why didn't you listen sooner? He gave the film an edge. The story reels were flown over the main crew of the head offices at Disney. The date was November 27, 1992, Black Friday. The film was brought into a Disney screening room. The reel was about 48.5 minutes long. The movie started out as a Western-style shootout between Woody and Andy, resulting in Andy being shot down. It's revealed that this is more than just a game played inside of Andy's mind. The film continued with little problems for about 20 minutes or so. Through several gags, they seemed off, with the overall tone of the film, just out of place. For example, Mr. Potato Head would pull one of his eyes out and then kick them under Bo Peep's dress for a
okay.
There were several scenes of Woody yelling at the toys to stop caring about Buzz, Larry, and to pay attention to him, culminating in insults and minor acts of violence. The scene comes where Andy can only take one toy to Pizza Planet and Woody pushes Buzz out the window. Woody offers to shake hands with Buzz, only to throw him out the window. There's a stock smashing noise. The other toys are shocked and antagonize Woody for what he has done. Woody shows little remorse and screams at Slinky Dog to make the toys stop harassing him, and after much yelling, one of the Green Army men saying the words, "God damn." The toys grab Woody and toss him out the window as well. He falls onto the ground with a low thump. Cheering is heard from the interior of the house. The quality of the storyboards became, much less refined and almost like chicken scratch. Woody gets up and sees Buzz. Buzz's body is shattered on impact. His arms and legs were broken off and located only a few inches away. There was a large crack down the middle of the chest, revealing a mess of buttons and wires inside. He gave off a sort of electrical twitch motion in his head. His eyes looked as if they were about to pop out their plastic sockets. The twitching stops, after a few moments, and Woody looks in fear at what he's done to Buzz and runs off. There's a jump cut to the scene where the two get stuck in a claw machine. The storyboard art is back to the normal
I remember this.
The machine is filled with sunglasses wearing pizzas as opposed to the aliens in the finished movie. Buzz is completely unharmed and intact. The scene is almost verbatim to the final film. Stated the antagonist in control of the claw is wearing a yellow t-shirt and is smoking 3 cigarettes.
That's nice.
The claw grabs Woody and Buzz, putting them in the clutches of Sid.
Oh, no.
There's another jump cut, once again returning to the chicken scratch style of artwork. The scene is inside of Sid's room. Woody looks around in the room in fear. He tiptoes around and collapses after seeing one of Sid's mutant toys. The reel now shows unrelated test animation of the characters running. A few seconds of Buzz running in place, a few seconds of Woody running, and nearly a minute of the two running together. The footage is distorted and Spanish text is presented on the screen. It looked like clay models that got life. There is now a shot of Woody standing in front of a black background and a trademark Pixar ball is rolling around in the distance. The animation now is the traditional animation style of a typical 2D Disney film. Woody is completely naked with anatomically correct features and stares directly into the camera. His flesh begins to rot away with the exception of his eyes, which remain intact. Woody begins to moan in a low voice. What remains of his lips curls into a smile, bits of flesh peeling off as this happens. He lifts up his decomposing arm manually and waves into the camera. His fingers dig into his eyes, dark blood oozes out of their sockets, and Woody begins to scream and growl. Don't you want it? Don't you want it? Don't you love it?
No!
He digs so deep as to rip the entire top half of his head off. Woody gives a sigh of relief and begins eating the flesh off of the skull before tossing it aside.
Why am I eating this?
He writes the word edge on the screen with his rotting fingertips. The remaining 15 minutes of that reel were pencil scribbles accompanied with the shrill screams of a young woman. The word edge is burned into the projection screen. The screening ended in complete silence. Chairman of Disney at the time, Jeffrey Katzenberg, walked out of the screening quietly telling his colleagues, "Notes. They were following all the notes we were giving them." Upon return to the Pixar offices, writer Pete Docter found the body of Rolf Thompson in an enormous pile of paper in his office. Further analysis found that the cause of death was a heart attack, brought on by a lack of sleep and stress. The papers were all storyboards and animation cells of the final coherent scene of Woody. The word edge scrawled on the back of each one. And after the Black Friday screening, Disney was far less involved with the film. Pixar was given the freedom to make the film their way. The film went on to be a huge success, both critically and financially. The Black Friday incident still remains very much a mystery. Oh man, Disney, Disney, Disney. It's like the cat video equivalent of who to point fingers at in creepypastas, I guess you could say. But can you really blame it? I mean, this is one of the biggest media groups in the world, creating some really acclaimed pieces of work. So for them having a domain on Lost episode creepypasta,
And this is why I don't watch Disney.
They do sort of, have the bravado and title too.
Yeah.
But now the Black Friday incident is real.
Well, I mean, it's why I stopped watching Disney,
you see in the story. I mean, you gotta think about it. You really think that you're watching after that, they say they followed the notes very well. I mean, it is Disney, not the, fucking Knights Templar or the Illuminati, for fuck's sake.
Illuminati? What is this about Illuminati suddenly?
But in the end, we see that the scene did actually exist, in reality as well.
Are you serious?
Could it have the meaning as it is described here?
It existed?
The exact same.
Oh my god, where? I need to see this.
Disney wanted more and more edge. This is true. And this is what probably would have occurred after all the stress and intensity of working on, such a project and endeavor for that long period of time. Trust me, I've worked on gigs myself that have lasted a while, and the stress got to the point where the product I would showcase at a meeting with other editors would, also be following notes. But then again, it was never as dark as this, and I was never asked to make something more edgier. But, then again, this is sort of like Squidward's suicide in the way it works as well, which is, again, popping into my head whenever I do a Lost episode creepypasta, because that is the standard I set them to. And the reason it works is because of similar parameters. I mean, you never can know what happens, in a private meeting. You don't know what happens in a studio. Not many people do. For all we know, these exact accounts occurred. The exact stuff mentioned in this creepypasta occurred, or something far opposite. You will never know. Because the constant myths and whatnot surrounding this, theory makes it easy. You'll never ever know.
What are you doing? You move on red, stupid.
I don't think it ever happened this way, but then again,
what
would anyone know? But the ones in that screening room, the executives and the people working on that project, will they ever share it? Will they not? You don't know, unless they do. But what do you think, and what would you rate this? Let me know in the comments below.
You could walk. Why did you wait?
And if you like what you saw, then like, comment, and subscribe. This is me, Mudaharn. I am out.
I forgot he has an outro.
Okay then.
I remember having an intro, but I forgot he has an outro.
Not as creepy as some of them, but
still, it's kind of brutal for Disney.
Still pretty fucking creepy.
Yeah, I mean, for Disney, that's a little much.
Yeah. Well, if you guys would like to see more creepypasta content from the Skypig channel, make sure you do smash that like button down below. It really supports the channel. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, or if you're new, hit that subscribe button because, I mean, why not? You can stay up to date with all of our videos that we post. Hopefully YouTube's faulty fucking system actually works. But
gamers, YouTube is broken.
Yeah.
There is.
But anyway, you guys, thank you all for watching, and until next time, this has been Skypig,
Skypig.
and peace out.
Letters.
We'll be right back.